Hello and welcome to my channel Infinite Intuition. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're here for the first time, then just welcome. I hope you enjoy my reading and what I do on my channel. So even though this is kind of laid out like a pick a card, it is not a pick a card. I am just filming an intro to put at the beginning of each video here. That it's going to be talking about the collective energy right now for your sign. But I'm focusing on the element of each sign. So this is going to be fire, which represents Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. This is going to be earth, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This is going to be the air signs, which would be Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And then last we have our water signs, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So I'm going to be putting this intro in front of each reading. You don't necessarily have to be these signs with your sun sign. You could also read these as your rising or your moon, your big three. So sun, moon, and rising. Or if you know with your chart that you actually have a certain sign or a certain element in your chart that's pretty prominent, then you might want to pick according to that. Whatever you feel resonates for you and whatever you feel like you need to be reading at this time is definitely for you. Even if you don't have, like, let's say a water sign in your big three, or even like a Cancer placement anywhere, just as an example. You don't have a Cancer placement anywhere on your chart, but you feel drawn to watch the water pile, then definitely go ahead and do so, because then there just might be a message in there for you that you need to hear at this time, and that your energy is just matching with that. So let's just go ahead and we're going to be jumping into these piles. I don't have a whole lot of time this week to do filming, which is why my past couple videos have been pretty quick. With the reading, I'm not shuffling on camera. I've already shuffled ahead of time. Yeah, because like it's a holiday week and I also have appointments. There's also a birthday at the end of the week, so I'm just very busy. I'm also planning a trip next week because I have a wedding out of state to go to. And then, like, while I was at it, I'm like, well, might as well go ahead and see my parents in the next state over for Christmas. So, yeah, I'm swamped. I'm really busy. But I want to put out as much content as I can. And, yeah, just keep up with my channel like I really, really want to do. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these readings. Hello and welcome to your reading, Earth signs. So if you are here, that means you are either a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. Doesn't necessarily have to be in your sun sign. Could be in your moon or rising, or it could be taking place in something really strong in your chart, or it could just be, this could just be a reading that you felt drawn to watch. So we are going to go ahead and jump just straight into your reading. I'm going to be using this spread here, and this is going to go off of your energy and how to manage it, or at least your current energy, I should say. So we're going to start here with this bottom card, and this is going to represent your energy and where it is at right now. So first we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so your current energy right now, to be blunt, it's sadness, it's depression, it's just not in a good place right now, probably mentally and emotionally. maybe even physically. But definitely weighing on you mentally and emotionally, something going on right now. So we're going to go ahead with this next card here, about what is draining and affecting your energy at this time. What is making us feel this way? Ooh, and we have the Ten of Swords. So I think literally somebody, maybe not literally, but maybe I should say literally, making you feel like betrayal. Somebody betrayed you, kind of like a backstabbing kind of thing. I mean, this is not a pretty card to look at, right? Yeah, something really struck you down. And that's what's making us feel this way. So how can we better manage our energy? And it's with Temperance. Finding our own power and balancing the good and the bad while we're healing right now. Okay, we're going to have good and bad days. And so we need to find a way to make sure that when we're having a bad day, it doesn't just stay that way, okay? We could have that bad day. We can feel our feelings, of course. We can give ourselves a day to rest. But then the next day, you know, if you do feel down again and you do need another day, okay, take that. But we need to remember to at least take the initiative to start getting up and doing things again, to start moving forward again. And it's kind of going along with this saying of just like, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Okay, we can take 2 steps forward and then we have a bad day and we take a step back to relax. But then the next day, let's take 2 steps forward again. And then when we have a bad day again, yeah, it feels like we're taking 1 step back. But this is part of the journey to get better. And eventually, it may come to a time where you have a day where it starts off bad, but then halfway through that day, you realize like, oh my God, I feel like I can do things again. I have this energy to go forth and start doing things again. One second, my video stopped. And for some reason, it went to another video because I listened to meditation music. Maybe that's kind of in relation to how you feel, like maybe you feel like a little bit blocked. There it is. Even though I have it on loop, sometimes YouTube decides, nah, you don't need it on loop anymore. Okay, so yeah. Balancing our energy, doing the 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. And then with our last card here, we're going to say, how can you keep your cup full moving forward? And we actually have the Queen of Cups, okay? This, what I'm actually hearing right now, is like ruling over your emotions. Being in charge of your emotions. Okay, not letting this hurt get to you so much anymore. Like I said, you may still have moments where it's just kind of like, yeah, it really hurts right now. And again, feel your feelings. Don't just bottle them up. Feel your feelings. But I feel like when we're able to work towards healing, we're going to be able to manage how we feel and even how we think so much better. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and flip this card over to see what other message we get. We actually have Hagstone, energy shield, protection, and inner strength. Yes. Okay. So, taking action to protect our emotions, to have this energy shield around you. If you are somebody who is very spiritual and you like to use crystals, I encourage you to definitely look up a variety, because there's so many crystals out there that really focus on protection. Obsidian is actually a really, really good one. The color black, you can wear black to also help protect you as well. Yeah, and again, like, just finding your inner strength again, okay? Let me actually look up to see if a hagstone actually has any meaning. Okay. They are thought to possess the power to ward off evil spirits and have been used for centuries to keep people safe from harm. So it makes perfect sense for protection. So yeah, and then when I look at the spiritual meaning, it really is just saying to ward off evil. One of the most common hagstone superstitions is that they can protect you from evil spirits and witches. Many believers hang hagstones above their doorways or wear them as talismans to keep negative energy away. Maybe for some of you, maybe you had a spiritual attack. So definitely look up ways for you to be able to protect yourself. Like I said, wearing certain crystals and such. If you are into spell work, you can, I'm sure there's plenty of spells you can find out there. If you don't know how to make your own, definitely find other spells out there to protect you. You can even call on Archangel Michael for protection as well. If you work with the deity, you can also ask them for protection. You can maybe also ask them for guidance on how to protect yourself. Also, the mind is a very powerful tool. You can literally meditate and envision a shield around you. Maybe even a black shield around you. Just some suggestions. So we're going to go ahead and actually look at our astro dice. So I've already rolled this ahead of time for your pile. So give me one moment as I figure out where your stuff is on the dice. So you actually had Taurus, which is a lot of fun since, Taurus is an earth sign and that's what we are here for. Earth energy, earth sign energy. So Taurus in the south node. Taurus in the south node in the 9th house. Okay, so actually right away what this is saying to me, because 9th house also rules divinity. I believe the 9th house is Sagittarius, which we are actually in Sagittarius season right now. So this definitely is making me feel, if we're talking about divinity, perhaps using spirituality. Maybe there's, like I said, an attack on your spirituality, and so we need some protection. So yeah, that's definitely what I am seeing right now for that. But let's go ahead and read the meaning of Taurus in the South Node in the 9th house. So I will link this down below. You can go ahead and look at the site. I believe there might be some more to it on the website, but there's a lot there, and I don't want to take up too much time. But you can definitely go ahead and read it on your own. I'm just going to focus on this paragraph that talks about your role specifically. So it says, with the South Node in the 9th house, you may have been attached to your beliefs and values, seeking security in familiar philosophies and worldviews. You might have resisted exploring new perspectives or cultures. This lifetime encourages you to move beyond rigid beliefs, opening yourself to a broader spiritual and intellectual journey, seeking wisdom and growth through diverse experiences and learning. Okay. So yeah, this definitely has become more of like a spiritual reading. Maybe there's something that you've learned that goes against your beliefs right now. Kind of like with my last reading when I was, or like with the fire group, the fire sign group, I was explaining to them that I was trying to not bring politics into this, which is something that I had also tried to do with the December pick a card reading. That won't be out until December 1st. But it's kind of hard to avoid politics right now because ever since the election, it's been an everyday thing where the energy is just weird and it's nonstop on the news. And so maybe spiritually, what you believe in, the election challenged you. Maybe you thought, okay, there's a number of things here. If you do spiritual work on your own and you were doing, like, let's say a reading or something for the upcoming election, and then you realized you were wrong, and now you're questioning your beliefs, don't just throw away your beliefs like that. What I've been seeing in this intuitive community with astrologers, with tarot readers, with anybody who just has a very strong intuition, we all feel like something is wrong, okay? And we've all had a moment of uncertainty and questioning. But I've seen, after we took a few days to kind of collect ourselves after what happened, I've seen so many people who are willing to stand up and fight, who have come together saying, like something feels wrong, this is not right, and then seeing validation with other people who feel the same way. There's so many people out there who feel the same way. And I do believe some of these people who predict that something is going to kind of happen this next month in December, I do believe that we're going to start seeing some changes. And so what I'm trying to say is, don't lose your faith. Don't lose hope. Even if it turns out that nothing's going to change in December. Please never lose your faith, never lose hope. Please try and heal that part of you. Trust me, I may not have been there. Well, I wouldn't say that. I did question my beliefs and my faiths after the election. I definitely did. But even before that, with current things that have been going on in my life, or these past 2 years really, because of a certain event that happened, I've been up and down with my faith. And I've just been getting it back these past couple months. And it's, you know what, it's stronger than ever. So I do hope that you are able to find it again. And then the other thing that I'm getting with that is maybe you are somebody who doesn't do this kind of stuff. You don't do readings on your own. You're not an astrologer. Okay, you're nothing like that. But you may be somebody who was interested in watching readings and watching astrologers talk about the election and predicting who may win. And then you found out that they weren't right. And so now you're questioning them. I do feel bad for a lot of these, not that you're this person, but I do feel bad for a lot of these tarot readers and astrologers who have been attacked left and right for being wrong. But here's the thing. Like I said, not that I'm saying you specifically were these people who were attacking them. I'm not saying that at all. But what I do want to say is please remember that it's what they were doing was simply that, was just a prediction. That they were just reading off of current energies. Energy is always moving. It's always adapting. It's always changing. And for whatever reason, that energy shifted. Or they could be right. 45 is not inaugurated yet. There could be some sort of change where their prediction actually ends up being correct. So I would just say, just hang in there, let things unfold how they're going to unfold, and let's just see what happens, But please just keep in mind that that's what we all do, is we just read the current energy. Nothing is set in stone. Things can change. This kind of stuff is actually kind of hard to be like, yes, this is it. This is the thing. This is a for sure thing that's going to happen. And sometimes it is. Sometimes that energy does not change. But you still need to keep in mind that energy is always moving, So let's go ahead and read our oracle cards. So we have Moon. Fantasy, subconscious, romance, intuition, psyche, affection, recognition, invitation, sensuality, and divine feminine. Divine feminine speaks to me as self-care. Taking this time for self-care, There could have been a romance that hurt you. But intuition, maybe also working to clear our mind and our emotions. Then we talked about this with the fire reading as well, the fire sign reading as well, about listening to our inner knowing, clearing the forefront of our mind and clearing our heart, healing emotionally and mentally, so then we can listen to our intuition a little bit better, our inner knowing, our gut feeling, our gut reaction. So then we know how to move forward, how to proceed forward. Again, for you guys, becoming a master of your emotions. Maybe even becoming a master of your intuition and your psyche as well. Okay. We have ball and chain, heaviness, addictions, codependent, trapped, emotional baggage, unhappily married. Okay. That kind of came up in the fire sign reading as well. Maybe you did come from that. Maybe you've felt drawn to both. But either way, definitely what we got here with the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords is this heaviness. And you feel trapped. You're weighed down by this emotional baggage. Maybe there was, because we talked about, this card says romance, unhappily married. You could be married and not having a happy marriage right now. I think we mentioned somebody voting for 45 while the other person voted for Harris, and now there's tension. Or sadly, maybe your partner, because it talks about addictions, maybe your partner has some addictions that they need to clear out. Maybe you have some addictions that you need to clear out and it's been really hard on you. Either way, you're feeling trapped by something and you're feeling that heaviness. So we're trying to break the chain. We need to break the chain. We also have lighthouse, warning, beware, make a detour, vigilant, obstacle to avoid, guide, use tact and diplomacy. Okay. I kind of feel like with this lighthouse, it's talking about warning and beware, which I kind of see as please, as spirit saying, please be careful to not stay in this current energy. Okay, we need to move forward. But I kind of feel like this lighthouse is at the end here, we see the swirling light. But I think we need to clear our mind and our emotions a little bit better. We need to focus on our healing a little bit better to see the light so we can head towards it. It's kind of like a light in the darkness, with the moon at night. The light, because when does a lighthouse light up? At night. So we kind of feel trapped in this darkness. And now we need to see the light to move forward. And then we also have book. Memory, hidden, mystery, secrets, the unknown, philosophy, intellect, knowledge, education. Okay. A couple things. Perhaps the future right now is a bit hidden. It's a bit of a mystery. But keep in mind that that's okay. Eventually things will clear up. Eventually you'll see the light. You'll see the answer. It's okay that things are unknown right now. But I'm also getting, maybe picking up a book, because we were saying this balance, right? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Perhaps picking up a book to learn about healing. It talks about education, maybe actually getting back into school. Memory kind of makes me think of the past, if we're talking about schooling. Maybe school didn't work out for you so well in the past, but it's actually in your future and you're actually going to feel better about it and succeed at it. Let's keep going. Got some planetary cards. Ooh, we have Jupiter, the ruler of expansion. Okay, this is also connected to the Wheel of Fortune card, which you don't have. The fire sign group did. But it, and then, you know, I mentioned like maybe you came from that pile. So just no confirmation again. You got expansion. Okay, you got the fortune coming up. And if you didn't come from that, you got expansion coming. So expansive, optimistic, tolerant, grateful, destiny, turning point, goodwill, fortune, luck, growth, being optimistic, making stable changes. Those are all so beautiful for you with how this reading is going. This is in your future, okay? This expansive growth is in your future. Luck is in your future. A turning point is in your future. We also have Saturn, regulator. Ooh, and it's related to the World card. You've got, so there's the Wheel of Fortune and now there's the World. Accomplishment, completion of cycles, duty, responsibility, governing time and matter, structure, achievement, commitments, boundaries, integration, restriction. Okay, so restricting the negativity in your life, keeping that out. Completing cycles. So we are coming to the end of a cycle. Finding that structure again, setting up boundaries, accomplishing something, maybe accomplishing an education. Okay, and then we also have Moon, the subconscious mind, inner knowing, intuition, higher knowledge, dreams between inner and outer worlds, silence, guarding secrets, the subconscious mind. So pile, the fire sign pile also got this card as well, and we were talking about intuition too, about clearing the forefront of our mind so then we can listen to our inner knowing. It's in relation to the High Priestess card. You guys didn't get that. The fire sign pile did, but still just a very powerful inner knowing, very powerful intuition. Between inner and outer worlds, I kind of feel like goes with this healing that we've been talking about, where, you know, again, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, finding this balance between healing but also making sure we can still get up in the day and try our best to move forward. Okay, like even, and just start out small. Like even if you've been struggling, like let's say to make a meal for yourself, if you manage to get up in the morning and just make a quick breakfast, that is such an accomplishment. Okay, we have accomplishment here with the Saturn regulation. You regulate your day, even if it's small. We have Taurus, and you got Taurus with your dice as well, so very strong Taurian energy, especially since this is the Earth pile. Stable, stubborn, possessive, persevering, down to earth, physical, sensual, strong, prosperous, and dependable. Prosperous is beautiful for you guys. Especially with the Wheel of Fortune. The ruling planet, or the ruling planet of Venus is in Taurus. I know we don't have Venus, we have the South Node, but Venus definitely is the planet of love, so maybe loving ourselves again, loving our spirituality again. We have Cancer, which is also related to the moon. Okay, and it's also related to the Chariot card in tarot, which is very victorious. So it says gentle, conservative, feeling, nurturing, defensive, complex, resists change, self-protection, contemplative, and sentimental. Okay. Also has a very strong connection. So definitely your intuition at this time. We need to do some healing, so we could definitely do our, listen to our intuition, our inner knowing. For some reason, these cards also, the Zodiac cards also has timing on it as well. This is saying during the summer. So I don't know if you've been wondering on a when. So I'm going to say for most of you, whatever that when is that you are questioning, it says during the summer. Maybe you're questioning about an education, maybe graduation. Maybe you're questioning if you're going to be able to graduate. And so you are going to be graduating during the summer, maybe like in June or something. And then we also have Libra, which is also connected to Venus. So, and justice, okay? So consummate, diplomat, refined, just, accommodating, kind, desires harmony and balance, sociable, artistic, and indirect. Okay, so definitely a lot of love and a lot of intuition coming through in your reading. Finding justice in your situation, and again, desires harmony and balance, and we've been talking about balance, about regulating as well. Okay. Refining your life is also what I'm hearing too. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming by and listening to this reading. I hope you resonated with it. I hope you resonated with it in some way. And I hope you have a great day and a great new month that's going to be coming up, a great new year. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.